Yeah, hi, I'm back. Bernie here on the Connections Consulting Sales front. You know, I really don't think anybody's out there listening right now, anyhow. I might not even be listening. I'm just going to talk to me or whoever, and hopefully we're all hearing this. Number two, in the meetings of your sales front, when you're building business with a new client, this is a new client. And you might want to treat everybody like they're a new client occasionally. Even your loyal customers appreciate that fresh treatment sometimes. Often it's not needed because they know you know each other, right? You know each other. So there's some preclusions already made. And as long as they don't feel obligated to do business with you because you're shaming them, or they're not feeling affronted like you don't care about them, because you're just sort of, oh, they're there anyhow kind of attitude, then it doesn't have to happen every time. I mean, but once in a while, even the guys that have been around for a bit, your people, you want to treat them like something new, right? So, but we're talking about new today. So it's meeting number two now. In the last 10 years of social media era, in the days we have experienced the hard way, not always knowing what to do because it's all new, right? Well, we got 10 years of history to look back. Facebook was launched in 2008, I believe, as my memory is correct. And, the internet in the public domain has been since the mid 90s to late 90s in most companies. But so information exchange is different. So how do we do that now? We go into phase two of our meetings. This is the teach up in the connections consulting model. The teach up, the tell, you're there telling what you can do now, what you're going to do for this organization that's potentially your customer, right? Or this is business to business mainly, but you can extract some key points here for your retail or waiter business in your restaurant or bar and stuff too, right? But we're talking B2B marketing right now. You're an account executive, a manager, a company owner, a president. You might be a leader of a nation. You're going into another front. So number two, this is where you negotiate at least a bit. You may get to the large stuff right off the bat. You may get up to 90% of it done. And this is part of it, right? So you're talking and you're basically telling them and you got to divert a bit sometimes. You're making a formal presentation. You know some key assumptions about them because they've posted on social media. You know what their likes and dislikes are, their preferences, I suppose. You've also studied their business on their website, so you understand what some of their perhaps ideals are that might be constraining them perhaps because they're not getting out of their ideals to see the real world around them sometimes. And you're there on that front to put your left or right foot forward and help them. That's what you do with your business accommodation. So now you're talking and you're gonna ask the odd question, but it's mostly you tell, teach, teach, teach. This is the world we're in. You're there with them. They've already built a trust idea. It's not trust in the total contract or anything, but a trust idea in their establishment that you're correct. That's why you're there and you're talking and you're speaking. Okay, so go with that credit. Now you need a new lens if you have an idea, when I say look in the mirror of who you are, and it's different than who you really are, if you think less of yourself, less than what you really are, you need to get a correct vision or view of yourself. You need a new mirror. You need a new mirror to see who you are. You can't keep dummying it down to nothing. You got to stand up, tell the truth retrospectively and prospectively. Now, the lens which you are is the correct and accurate Bible scripture of ancient days and past. That's the image you were set forth in, made in God's, not his understanding, but his image of who he is, he made you. You, a creature, a creation of his own, right? There's 7,463 promises. That's the number about. That's okay, let's say that's the exact number. Let's say specifically that's the number. You are that. All those promises, okay? Now, you're laying hold of that right now with your client. And you're saying, I am this at Connections Consulting. I am this at my organization number X. And I can present this material? No, I am. And you're about to, this is what you will get as you get a hold of our organization. At the end of that meeting, you walk out and you arrange a next to meeting. Now, you have understood through social media anywhere from 90% of 10%, I suppose, of what would be common to the meetings of trying to get to that point. This is the different world we live in now. You're well prepared as you walk into that meeting. That meeting that was normally 4 hours in length might take a half hour to 15 minutes or less nowadays. And it might even be on a napkin in the back of a bar somewhere. You don't know. Be prepared always. Have your information on your phone if you have to, so you can go impromptu quickly and get the next meeting. Now, we'll be back later on here in our realm of this week to talk about the new sales stream with business protocol function number 3, and we'll give you an idea what that's about when we get back.